Oh, hello everybody. I don't know who's on. I'm late getting on here. We'll see if anybody comes in. If not, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and y'all can share, like, and push it out, and I'll be doing that. But I'm gonna give you a little bit. I'm a little tired. Y'all see behind me. I don't know if you remember when I moved everything in. I had this one, this one. It went all the way over to the desk. It was to the sky. So I gotta go through these bins, but I have been breaking boxes down, and we're down to, there's 4 bins back there, two, that's 4. Got a few boxes here, but some of these are recycled stuff. And then I got stuff I'm gonna go through, so I'm seeing what's gonna go to Goodwill. Let me see who's in here. I didn't bring the iPad in, so I just have to see if y'all come in. Who comes in? Happy Easter to everybody. And then behind me, that's a coffee table. And it has some stuff, like mainly electronic stuff I gotta go through and decide what I'm keeping, what I'm not. But that's where the couch is gonna be going. And then once I get this cleared out, I might have something called an egg chair, which I've been looking for, and they got them back at Target. So I'm gonna get one of those. Not that my big butt can sit in it, but it'll be for people come by. And I don't have a lot of folks. You got to be vaccinated to come in this house. Fully. I don't deal with a lot of people. So, but it'll be there. So like if Linda comes by or Joe comes by, because they both vaccinated. And I'm going for my 4th shot on Thursday. Yeah, the 4th shot. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4th shot on Thursday. I got it scheduled. Let me see who's in here. Okay, nobody's saying anything yet, so I'll leave it alone. I do see one person's in here, so happy Easter Sunday to whoever it is who's watching. I'm gonna give it just a few more minutes, see if anybody else comes in, and then I'm gonna say what I gotta say and let y'all have a good Easter, but otherwise we'll see. I don't know what y'all cooked. I cooked, and I actually, I'll post a picture up in the community page. I did a 15 bean soup, Cajun bean soup, and so I did that. What did I put in there? Talk about that real quick while we're waiting. It was a packet. It filled up, what I got, about a 6 or 8 quart Instapot? It might be 8 quart, I can't remember. Anyway, it pretty much filled up the Instapot. I did a whole bag of the 15 beans. It has all sorts of beans in there. I had a ham bone from, was it Christmas? Christmas, Thanksgiving, one of them. I decided, or Thanksgiving, one of them. I like ham sandwiches, so I'm not a big pork eater, but when I do, I like ham on occasions. So I had a ham bone left. It's from a spiral ham. I used that, and then any leftover chunks of that ham, and I diced that up and put in there, and then I put the ham bone in there and let that water, and then I did some, I forgot that creamy, it's a really popular bouillon. I did probably about 2 tablespoons of the garlic bouillon, which is really, it adds flavor. What else did I put in there? I put in 2 cans of fire roasted diced tomatoes, chopped up an onion and a half, put that in there, a whole jalapeno fresh, chopped that up, put it in there, whole serrano fresh, chopped that up, put it in there, orange bell pepper, chopped that up and put it in there. Trying to think what else. Did I use any other veggies? That's mainly it. I was gonna put a habanero in there, but the habanero didn't look good, so on the inside it was kind of black, so I threw them away. But I had enough heat because the serrano and the jalapeno gave enough heat. I don't think I needed any more. And I put in, there's a mix that Joe's mom does of a seasoning that's really good. It's water, peppercorns, whole cumin, and garlic. And you want to either do fresh garlic, or I just use the chopped garlic I get from Costco, and I put a good amount in there, and then I blend it up in the blender, and then I move it into like a mason jar, and I put it in the refrigerator, and you can grab off of it as you need, and you can put it in anything. I got a fly. Ugh, I think he came in yesterday. I had a plumbing issue, and he came in yesterday with the plumber. I didn't even know he was in here. I can't stand flies. Y'all don't even begin to know. I don't like flies. I don't like gnats. I don't like any kind of bug in your house. Flies, though, and gnats irritate me more than anything. But yeah, I did that. And then what else? I put a lemon juice. And then I also put in some hickory smoke flavor. And it came with a Cajun seasoning packet. I put that in there. And then I put a little bit more of what I had for Cajun seasoning. I think what else did I put in there? I think that's pretty much it. And so mixed up, it came out good. I've had a couple bowls already. So it actually came out good. I hope you guys are having a blessed Easter. A lot of people might not come on here, may watch this later. I'm going to say this. I hope your Easter is really good. And I understand because I've been talking to people. And it was funny. I talked to one of the old mothers of my church a few days back. And today actually is her birthday. And I think she's 96 or some years old. And we just had a general conversation. But I can still hear how can I put this? I hear that a lot of people are still struggling with the season that we're in. And even Christian folks who our hope is Jesus. We people are still struggling with this. They're struggling with the pandemic's not over. They're struggling with all the economic stuff that's happening. They're struggling with the war and rumors of wars that are happening. They're struggling with the climate of things, and it's been a hard. Well, and some people just say 2 years because they count the pandemic, but we need to even count the hard 6 years or more. We're actually going into 6+ years with the previous administration that we had and the energy that was coming out of that, with the country being divided like it is on so many different fronts, from political to ethnicity or race, financial stuff that's happening. Then the pandemic came along. Then we got a new administration, which, they're okay. I don't think they all that great either, but, looks like we've got another person in here. Let me just see who's in. We had a lot of stuff that happened within that time frame. So, and then we're still in the pandemic, even though I know people want this to be over. We're still in this pandemic. So at the end of the day, I understand when people are just discouraged. They are overwhelmed. They feel hopeless. And, we're coming up on Easter, and they said everybody was doing a lot of travel right now. And a lot of people are doing travel because, you want to see family. Some people still haven't seen family since the pandemic started. And we're still in a pandemic. So I want to say that. I know people are now walking around with no mask because people are fed up. They're burnt out. They're fed up. And also mankind wants to be back to what he or she is used to. Hey, Rochelle, what's up? Happy Easter to you too. Excuse me, y'all burping. We want to get back to what we thought was our norm. And I believe that a lot of people, even today, and even coming up on today when I had talked to this, she's 96 years old. She is a woman of faith. And we were just talking about the Lord and things. And she said, we talked about Christians, we believe we're going to be raptured. A lot of people, because of how the whole rapture thought process was presented, they thought we wouldn't be in all of the madness. They were like, oh, we going to do, you going to come get us. We're going to be cool. We're going to escape all the drama. Well, we're in the midst of drama. And the level of drama that we've been in over the past 6+ years, from politics to race to a country divided to pandemic to climate issues to the amount of death we've had, people are like, I'm done. And they're toast. Mentally, they're toast. Spiritually, they're toast. Emotionally, they're toast. And right now, they're trying to find ways to get a happy back, and they don't know how. Even Christians. Okay, I'm not going to say Christians are anywhere, and I'm going to say even Christians and those who say they're Christian, because that's another thing. Some people, and I'm not judging your faith level, it will depend on where you're at in your faith walk. I had a health issue. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. Was I nervous about it? Absolutely. I'm human. Was I praying on it? Yes. Do I want to make sure I ain't got no tumors and nothing? Yes. Anybody, we're breathing this planet. This is the existence we know. Christians, our hope is somewhere else. But ultimately, this is what we know. So the comfort zone of what I know and then having to go through a health struggle was not something I wanted to deal with. A lot of people don't want to deal with what we're in right now. And we're still reeling. So some people aren't even dealing. They're now trying to deal with this as if it doesn't exist. So now that's why, and actually there's quite a few walking around like the pandemic's over. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't, I'm done. I'm done with it. It's not over. And it's unfortunate it's not over. You guys are hearing the numbers are going back up again. So, and people are like, I'm burnt out. I get it. If you need to, please talk to somebody. Don't go into such a deep depression and funk that you don't get through this. Today, we're supposed to be celebrating Easter. Easter is a time, and as she said, Happy Resurrection Day. This is a time in which we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, that he rose up off the cross, that he's got the power of death and hell in his possession, that he sits at the right hand of the Father, and that he intercedes on our behalf for what our needs are. This is what Christians celebrate. This is our hope. So don't lose hope, as when I talked to this mother of the church and she says, do you think the church is really going to be raptured? Because she's seeing all the bad going all around, all the madness going all around us. And all of a sudden, that hope in what is our promise, our reward to one day be with the Lord, seems to be fading in the distance to her. Because at this point, with all the madness, you would think, oh, the church should be gone by now. Well, no, it's not. And unfortunately, some things I don't believe have been taught to us properly, and even how we've interpreted it hasn't been necessarily properly done, and or in some states spiritually given to us in good direction. The Bible talks about in the times we're in that knowledge would increase at this time. We're in times now where knowledge and understanding of the word has massively increased. I was watching a show the other day, and like an archaeology show, something about great master courses that go through the Bible. And I'm actually going to register for the channel. And this gentleman starts right in Genesis, dealing with the flood, dealing with the boat, dealing with all of that, and dealing with how other maybe religions have backed up the biblical stories in Genesis, going back to aging documents and everything, showing the evidence that this happened. There's something that happened here. We got documents dated back to XYZ time frame. So it's amazing to me. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. This is the promise. Unfortunately, some things have not been presented to us right. Some people thought, oh, the church would be unscathed and we wouldn't go through nothing. Yeah, we're going through some stuff. It wasn't easy during Jesus' time, and y'all want to make it easy during ours. And that presentation has not been true. We're going to go through things on this planet and in this life. We got to find our strength there, but also there is absolutely nothing wrong with reaching out for help, for counseling, to talk to somebody to make sure that you are okay. And I don't know why I just felt the need to encourage people, maybe because of that conversation last week. But this, I was sitting there, I was like, I gotta do a video for the channel. Because some people like you guys are sitting at home. Some of you aren't with family. Some of you might be in, because I know I still have drivers that follow me. Some of y'all on the road. And some of y'all done been through. You've lost people. You've gone through so much in the past few years, and you are done. You're done. But you're not done. You're not done. If you're not Christian, I challenge you to find out who Christ is, read a Bible, talk to God, and he will show himself to you. I'm not a doubt in my mind. But at the end of the day, you need to be encouraged that this is not over. There's a reason we celebrate this day, because our hope is in him, and our hope is for resurrection. Our hope is for rapture. And even all of the craziness that we're going through right now that has to happen to get us to an expected end, be encouraged during this time. And if anything, try, what I find sometimes is that we're so self-centered about ourselves, which is why our depressions are high, because it's all about me, that if you just focus on you, you're going to be depressed because you haven't given your life purpose for other things. Your purpose should be more than just about you. If you start focusing on other things, volunteer your time, find something you can do that will bless other people. If you can do that, you may find value in your life that you think doesn't have value because it's not just about you. And that to me is one of the biggest things that most people miss out on, is that we want to make this life about only us. And there's so much more purpose in life than that. But if that's the self centered part of man, you will never ever be satisfied in this life. You will always be looking for something to feed your ego, your self worth, your self value. And it's always about you. After a while, self gratification runs out. I don't know why I'm thinking of this story, but let me share it because it popped in my head. Okay, Lord. I don't know if you guys know, there was a story of the rich young ruler. He came up to Christ and he's like, hey, I want to follow you. So he got there was something special about Christ. Christ said, look, basically sell all you have, give it away. Meaning you could bless some other people and follow me. He couldn't let go of the wealth. That was more important to him, his self-worth, self-wealth, and what he thought he needed, but he was missing something. Otherwise, he wouldn't be asking to follow Christ. I don't know how the rest of his life turned out, but I can bet you dollar, bottom dollar, it wasn't what he thought it was going to be. Because you can have all the money in the world, and yeah, money is not necessarily a bad thing, but after a while, you still have voids. And that void is not going to be fulfilled by the dollar bills you have, by the fat car you live in, by or have the fat crib you live in, by things. After a while, you're still going to have the void. When you find that you do stuff for other people, you find that you focus on other people, it then becomes no longer about you. Another good example that's coming to my head, and this actually can go a negative route, but you have a lot of women who become mothers. And when they become mothers, they are very much, if they're a good mother, they are focused on their children. And they invest in their children, and that child gives them self-value, self-worth, because it's not just about them themselves. It is now a focus to rear, raise, and speak into their children's lives. Now, it can go sideways. It can go to where once the child is of age, people don't want their children to move out. They want them to live with them forever. And that goes sideways because that's not how things are supposed to be established. But when a mother invests in her child, that's selflessness. If a good mother will lay her own life down for her child, that's selflessness. And it also gives her purpose and focus. That's why so many women, once their children come of age, they struggle in cutting the cards because now they have invested themselves in someone else. But the other part of selflessness is also knowing when to allow people to fly. So be encouraged, people, on this Easter Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona. I don't know where you're at. But be encouraged. Don't just make life about you. Even in this crazy situation we're in, find something to have value and purpose with. Guys, I ain't gonna be on here much longer. I don't think anybody said too much, but give us a thumbs up, like, share it out. Have a blessed Easter Sunday. I'm getting off of here. Probably might take me a little nap because I've been up early and I've been working on stuff here. Even today, I've just been cutting and breaking down boxes. And by the way, if y'all saw that Easter morning candle, it smells really good. It is Goose Creek. Again, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by them. But Goose Creek, but again, give us a like, thumbs up, share it out. Be blessed. And just happy Easter, y'all. And be blessed. 2 and 2, peace.